What it do, man? We back in 4K, 4K. It's your boy TRIVV, man, and back on the late night with another one, man. And this discussion, we're gonna be talking about one of the biggest parenting debates in this modern age. Should parents have the access to their child's phone, like, or if parent pays for the phone, should they automatically get the password? Or like, I don't know what the heck is in my bad. And at what age should children have digital privacy in this nowadays age? And should parents be allowed to read text messages, DMs, social media accounts? Like, this isn't just about taking sides. It's about having an honest conversation about parenting, trust, technology, and the safety in today's world. Like, and honestly, I feel like that it's crazy that we living through this type of time, but that's just honestly an honest question. That I feel like a lot of parents feel like, siblings feel like, whoever, just for the sentiment of what type of time we live in right now and how fast everything is happening, how much access to information that we have, how easily accessible it is for people to see each other in different types of ways, doing different types of things that may not be something that a person is psychologically ready for. You know what I'm saying? So, should parents get the password? Drop your thoughts below. You know what I'm saying? On all these questions and things that I'm bringing up. At what age should privacy begin? Drop your thoughts below. Would you let your child have a phone with no monitoring, like not monitoring it at all? You know what I'm saying? So it's like just something that I've been pondering on. You feel me? Being as though I have kids and also live with older kids as well. You know what I'm saying? So, or adolescents or teenage adults, whatever way you want to say it. But I saw this debate and it got me thinking. If parents buy your phone or pay your phone bill or put a roof over your head, should they not have access to your phone whenever they want? Or is that me asking too much or doing too much or thinking too much? Because I don't do this. But just, curious question. Or does every child deserve privacy regardless of who pays the bill? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like parents are legally responsible for a child. So that deals with truancy, that deals with food, that deals with uh fun, whether it be video games or amusement parks or books or board games, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a responsibility of being a parent. And vice versa to the factor of a child being able to have the necessities of their parent, showing the responsibleness in a loving way, caring way, and especially in a legal way. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to school, uh, education, healthcare, safe environments to be in, so on and so forth. So what's really crazy right now is, how much access they have also leaves them open to the online predators that exist. And don't believe me, go check out, here, I'm gonna bring up this right quick. Go check out dudes like this. Hold on, let me let you see what I'm typing. Go check out dudes like this. You know what I'm saying? And he literally goes around and captures, online predators, him and and this dude right here that's in this video, uh, the brother with the glasses, his name is Skeeter Jean. So this Jadeon and Skeeter Jean, and they go out and literally capture online predators, and we can skip that topic, because then there's also uh, cyberbullying, whether it be in a racist way or whether it be uh, in a body shaming way because you're too skinny or you're too fat, like, or, the size of your ears, eyes, if you have a deformity or, missing a limb or, you know, different psychological disabilities, Tourette's, autism, anything that you name, it's a bunch of online bullying that doesn't really get handled or is overlooked because you're the only one that's in that space when you have the privacy that you have on your phone, on your laptop, on your tablet, or whatever the case may be in this digital world. Then mainly kids are gonna be kids, excuse me. Goddamn. Guess I kind of messed that up, but yeah. So with that being said, kids are gonna be kids. Kids are gonna hide things. They're gonna keep things as a secret, or feel like, oh man, I'm not about to tell my parents this. They're gonna say no. That's just a natural thing that we've all been a part of and experienced. So it's like, retrospectively, the bad part about the cyberbullying, the online predators, and kids hiding things, the parent is always going to be held accountable. So if something happens to your child online, who's responsible? The child or the parent is a real question, and that brings me to my next clip. Let me get to this good old clip ski.
Former Hanahan City Council member Kevin Hedgepeth accused of posing as a minor online to solicit explicit videos from kids right here in the Low Country. And in Horry County, a teen arrested for ties to the 764 group, a violent online organization that uses extortion and blackmail to exploit teens. I learned more today about what parents can look out for to protect their children online.
Likely is going to try to target your child. It's unfortunate, but that's just the day and age we're in.
With more access to screens than ever before, experts say they're seeing a rise in child exploitation cases.
And it's like, that right there is what brings me into my next question. Should it's like that. It's just so crazy. Like, it's kind of throwing my mind into a loop, honestly. It's like, because, like, honestly, should you as a parent be constantly monitoring, which potentially could destroy the relationship between you and your kid, because this age is so technically in this cyber world and social media world where that's just something that they like. So constant monitoring destroys the trust that you have as a parent, and also as, I guess, if you look at it from the parent perspective, that destroys the trust that you have with your kid, because if they do something that makes you feel something and they lie to you about it, trust is out the window. You know what I'm saying? So it's so many different angles at this subject, where it's like, I see both perspectives, because I also agree that the children do need to have their independence, you know what I'm saying, with a grain of salt, when it comes to this digital shit. Like, if in the real world, do your thing. I want you to go outside. I want you to go socialize. I want you to go play games. I want you to go be at amusement parks. I want you to go to libraries. I want you to go to parties, you know, in the age group around people your age. You know what I'm saying? You a kid, go do kid things. You're a teenager, go do teenage things. You're a young adult, go do young adult things. You know what I'm saying? That are in the scope of familiarity. I can't, you get me. Things that are familiar to that age group. You know what I'm saying? That are not in any way, shape, form, or fashion a hindrance to that kid's future. You know what I'm saying? Exploring and experimenting is perfectly fine in certain ranges. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree, everyone deserves personal space. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that is a little bit of an invasion of privacy going into your kids' digital devices. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, retrospectively, it's like a double-edged sword, you know? So then also you got to think about it too. An overprotective parent will usually backfire. You know what I'm saying? For the simple fact that that'll also break the trust of your household. You know what I'm saying? So I guess my true next question would be, if your parents read every message you ever sent, would you trust them more or less? You know what I'm saying? You got to kind of like, you know, put yourself in the shoes of another person, because it just shows, you know, care, you know? And if we both have a disagreement, that's normal, but retrospectively, it's like that is not enough to stop the want for a parent to go through their kids' stuff. But this, I'm gonna run this next clip.
The endless and enticing array of apps are all in good fun until they're not. But don't take our word for it. 16-year-old Reese, whose parents prefer we not use his last name, has a candid take on how some apps can leave teens vulnerable.
Like on Snapchat in particular, all the time I'll get added by some random person and I don't know who they are. And when I talk to them, they're like, send me a picture of yourself, give me this other social media account that you have. Where are you from? Where do you live? What's your age?
And while Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram dominate the news when it comes to apps and teens, Reese says it's the ones parents haven't heard of that can be most dangerous.
If you want to go onto Wiz, I could go on right now and probably find multiple people who would come to my house to interact with me in multiple different ways. And it's disgusting and it's strange, but it's true. I could genuinely in 30 minutes have someone at my house.
Wiz is a meetup app that claims to...
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. So it's like, should the rules be different for a 10-year-old, 13-year-old, 16-year-old, 18-year-old? And that is like horrendously crazy. Like, there's so many different applications that are out right now that it's like, how as a parent would you really keep up, even if you do? I mean, and it's now in this nowadays age, I feel like, let me see what my phone at. Let's see. In the nowadays age, you could do this right here. Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna choose one of these apps. Edit home screen. Hold on, how you do them? Oh, how you work this doohickey? Hold on. Let me go to hidden. How do I get to the how do I get to the hidden apps all the time? There we go. I'm gonna wait till it focuses in on that. You see that? you can hide apps in your phone. A lot of parents don't know that. And that's another way that people can get away with anything, because it's like there's already these different apps, and all of these different apps have all of their weirdness to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at what age does a child need to be allowed to have a phone that a parent cannot search? In my opinion, I feel like maybe 17. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, at 17, you kind of already really into that next stage. But I feel like that also comes with the regard of the parent and the parent's rules and how free and so on and so forth, in the sense of the placement of how that household operates, its house laws. You know what I'm saying? And I guess that all depends, you know. So I think younger children should have monitored devices, because safety comes first. That's my honest opinion. You know what I'm saying? But as children get older, parents should earn the trust instead of demanding the control, you know? And the goal should be teaching responsibility and not creating secrecy, you know? So I guess I'm gonna close out with if your house pays the bills, do you get the password? Or if you were 15 again, would you want your parents reading your DMs? And with that, I'm going to say, this your boy TRIVV and 4K. Like, share, subscribe, hype that video, leave some comments if you want, share the video if you want. I know I doubled up on that, but yeah, man, press that share button, press that like, hype, comment. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Peace.